Hello everybody, welcome to Carla's Bunny Trail. I am here this Wednesday afternoon with the drama girls. Yes, I call these two my drama girls because Willow has always got this beautiful smile on her face. And baby Gabriella has always got this, it's beautiful, but it's grumpy. A beautiful grumpy face on all the time. So they are called in the nursery the drama girls. Well, today is Wednesday, and on Wednesday we wear pink. So I thought I would change these little girls into some pink today. And well, I think we will start with baby Willow. And if you have followed my channel, Willow, goodness y'all, she's still dressed in unicorn from when Yvonne on Having You On did unicorns. But here is this beautiful little Willow, and she was art born by Patty. Oh my goodness, I always forget the name of her. Patty still does, she still does her art boring, and she is very, very good. And this baby right here was one, I had one other ordered that was my first, but this one right here is the one that I loved very much. And she is the April Sculpt. And you all probably know that just from the smile. But if you look in her little mouth there, I don't know if y'all can see it, she's got even little taste buds on her. So I'm going to set April over here on this blanket. And actually, I'm going to pause y'all just for a moment. And I'm back with the magic of the pause button. I went inside and got the little bobby pillow. I forgot to have it the other day when I was doing a video. So I got the bobby so y'all can get better looks at these beautiful little faces here. And I thought, what else did, oh, and I repositioned the camera. I had to move the tripod around. So while I'm getting these little nuggets dressed, I thought I would do a tag from Jay's Dolls. And the tag is, and this was so much fun, I've watched several ladies do it, and I really enjoyed listening to their stories. They're good storytellers. Well, we'll see how I do, because I tend to bunny trail off sometimes. So the tag is, you fill in the blank. I used to think, and then you fill in the blank. Okay, so here we go with me. When I was a girl, we did our my mama and my daddy did their very first garden. And my mama said that I think I was maybe 3. And I copied everything my daddy did. When he would take, I followed right behind him, you know, just walking in his footsteps. He would take a step, I would take a step. And he'd give me, you know, the little beans to plant and things like that. And so I would, just got a little piece of dirt right in there I'm going to have to get with a brush. Anyway, so you know, he'd poke the hole and I'd put the bean in the hole, you know. It was, so I was, and every evening Daddy'd come home, we'd go out, we'd water the garden, we'd check on the garden, and she's got some very fine hair, sparsely on top. I wish I could get her rooted some more. I like this sculpt with a lot of hair. Anyway, so I was very much proud of our garden and the things that we grew that year. And one night, my mom had made hamburgers, and we were eating hamburgers, and my mom said that I was picking the sesame seeds off the buns. And my mom asked me, "What are you doing?" and I told her I was getting the seeds. And my mom said, but why? Why are you doing that? And I told her, because I wanted to plant the seeds to grow hamburgers in the garden. I thought that was so cute as a little girl. Oh my goodness, I was so cute. And then, let's see. I guess you would say maybe I was a very gullible child. And my dad took advantage of that. He loved to play jokes on us. And so another story was whenever my tummy would growl, I would think, or my dad had started telling me that I had a worm in my tummy. And that whenever that growling was my worm telling me that I was hungry. And so for the longest time, I don't even know how long, but for the longest time, I believed that I really had a worm in my stomach. And that my worm was hungry when it was growling. And it gets almost, I guess you would say I was in junior high, and my dad had a worm bed, and I had been out there with him, and he was showing me, what worms we dug. And see, the worm bed had been there for bunches and bunches and bunches. And actually what the worm bed was that the people who had lived there 50-something years ago had taken a metal barrel and had put the metal barrel almost all the way, dug a hole and put it almost all the way into the ground, and then filled it back up with dirt and worms. And that's where the worms stayed, so that's where you got your fishing worms from. Well, he had dug and he had showed me the worms that were in there. And then one day he came home and he had a cup, and he had said that he had been digging in his worm bed. And he wanted to show me how much the worms had grown since just the week before. And he opened it, and it was huge, these huge earthworms, that were gigantic compared to what the week before, what they were. And I'd asked him, oh my goodness, I was in junior high, how did they get so big so fast? And my dad, which my kids call him Poppy, answered and said, well, what do you think I used Miracle Grow for? I put some Miracle Grow on them, and it made them get this big over a week. And I believed it. So I got this great idea. I got to thinking, after he showed me, you know what? I know what I'm going to do. I am going to take that Miracle Grow and wash my hair with it, because I wanted my hair to grow as fast. My hair had always grown extremely, extremely slow, and I wanted my hair to grow just as fast in a week as those earthworms. Now, before I actually did it, my dad revealed to me that he was joking, that he had actually gone to the store and had bought those worms from the store, and he was playing a prank on me. Thank goodness, because can you imagine that green in my hair? And I've always had, well, back when I was in junior high, my hair was like cotton white. It was just extremely blonde. So that blonde, and if you have blonde hair, you know that it will hold a color. I mean, it doesn't take much to stain that blonde. So that green would have been in my hair all summer long. I just know it probably would have been. So I used to think that Miracle Grow was going to make my hair grow faster thanks to my dad. He was a prankster. that's for sure. But I'm glad he stopped me before I actually washed my hair in it. And then one more thing, and this wasn't because of a prank from my dad. I'm going to put my leg right out here, y'all. I'm sorry if it's in view. But we spent a lot of time as a girl. We spent so much time at the lake. That was my dad's most favorite hobby, was fishing. And so I didn't learn to appreciate the lake at that point in time and fishing. It was boring to me. Okay, I'm going to pause on the story for just a second. We have beautiful, happy girl, Willow, all dressed in her little overalls. Now there is more green, but you can see there are some pink flowers. And on the onesie, the flowers look a little bit peachy. Some of them do, but that's okay. There's also pink flowers in there. Little baby Willow also has a scratch on her head, and it just looks so real. Isn't she precious? I love this baby. She needs her ears cleaned. I see dust sitting on her. Okay, so I'm going to pause you for a minute as I get Miss Gabriella out. And I'm back again with Miss Gabriella. Miss Gabriella is also another one of Patty's beautiful babies. You know what? After this video, in the description, I'm going to put Patty's link there, because I always mess up what her Facebook page is, and shame on me for doing that. So I'm going to actually put her information in the description so everybody knows that she is a very dependable, reliable artist, someone that you can, she's always been very good. Now it's been a little bit since I've bought from Patty. She used to do layaway plan. You know, I don't know as of right now with the economy the way it is and everybody's struggling and to, you know, stay afloat, you know, so I'm not sure, you know, if she's still doing, you know, layaway or not. Have you ever just seen a spider floating through the air? I mean, how is it doing that? It's literally just floating. I wonder if it's like floating on a web, if that's how they move around. As long as, I'm sorry, I know I bunny trailed. I'm just thinking, as long as it floats over there and not on me, it's kind of going around me. Maybe it's checking out these beautiful babies. I'm not much on spiders. This is a little one, however, and I usually can handle the little ones. I don't freak out, but anyway, okay, so I'm not watching the spider anymore, and I'm back to telling you about Patty. And Patty on Gabriella has she did some peeling effect on her hands, wrists, ankles, and feet. And little Miss Gabriella was rooted with auburn hair, which I absolutely love. And you can see she also has a little scratch on her face. Patty does really good with the scratches. And she has auburn eyelashes. I love this color, red and auburn on babies. I love it. But you can see the peeling effect here. If I can put the camera in there, you can see the peeling effect. And you don't have to get the peeling effect. You know, Patty will ask you, you know, if you want any special things, and you know, and I did, I wanted that. So we have that, and then if you look down here on her little tootsies, you can see some peeling effects on her little tootsies. You know, I'm not sure my babies, my real babies, living babies, I'm not sure that they had, her little sticker earrings have come off. I'm not sure that they, I think they might have peeled around their ankles, but that, you know, that was about it for my kids. Now they did get the Amelia bumps on their nose, the little white bumps, they did get that. And Patty does put those also on your babies if you want that as well. Stick those, okay, so the earrings have lost their sticky, they're done, they say. So that's one thing. If you don't pierce their ears for real, then you have to the stickers usually come off really easy. But don't you just love that scrunched up little face? I love her hands, everybody. I love her open hands there. Yes, I do. Okay, so we're going to take this bow off, and we're going to let everybody see your beautiful, it's very thin, red hair. And we are going to get her dressed in, on Wednesdays we wear pink. So I didn't really tell you what Willow was going to wear. I went straight into my storytelling. So here I will show you what we've got for little Gabriella. We have another little overall set right here. I bought it from Once Upon a Child, I believe. It's kind of a peachy pink, but in the onesie in the back you see more pink flowers. It has the chest part of the overalls is actually a heart piece of material. It has a white flower on the left side of the chest. It has little white bows on the outside of the legs. It snaps between the legs, and the shirt underneath it that goes underneath it, hang on, it's attached with a little plastic tab still, is floral. It has the pink and peach flowers on it, along with blue and yellow flowers as well. It's very pretty. And the brand is, let's see if it says, maybe it says on the inside of this shirt. It says Little Lass Baby. Little Lass, L-A-S-S Baby. And I've not really heard of that company, but they made something very cute. And so here, let me get this fixed real quick so you can see. On the back, it's got a cute little bow on the top of the pants, or the shorts in the back. So we're going to take her finally out of her unicorn from Yvonne from Theme Thursday back, I don't even know when. So back to the story I was telling you. We spent so much time at the lake fishing. We did swim a lot. We camped some, but my dad was the type where if we got a bite, and by we I meant one of the 20 poles my dad had out fishing, if he got a bite, we stayed 15 more minutes. And Dad had a whole little light system where he had a battery, like a car battery, and he would hook up a cable. I honestly can't even tell you how he did it. I just knew he did it. And it would shine out on the water. The light would. And we would stay, golly, some late, just very late at the lake all the time. So it wasn't one of my most favorite things to do then. I really enjoy the lake now. But my dad had styrofoam. Uh-oh, did I not? I know I packed her little bow. Let me see. Is it under you, Willow? Do you have the bow? Your headband's coming off there. No, Willow don't have it, so I'm not sure where her hair bow went. I wonder if I dropped it on the way out here. Oh well, so we may be without a hair bow. Okay, so Dad always had a minnow bucket with his styrofoam minnow bucket with, you know, all his minnows in it. He also had worm bait, and he fished with liver, and you know, he had a variety of ways to fish. And so we oh, and I also forgot to tell you, Gabriella, I like birthmarks on my babies. And so little Miss Gabriella has a birthmark right there. Pat put it there just for me. So later on in life, you know, I'm an adult and I have babies, and I went with my mom and another lady to a play. And down these country roads on our way to the play, I saw on the side of the road one of those styrofoam buckets. And I said, oh, somebody must have lost their minnow bucket. And the lady we were riding with said, well, I don't know that it was a minnow bucket. It was an older woman. It looked more like a beer ice chest. And I said, no, I saw it. It was a minnow bucket. And she didn't say nothing else. But later, my mom, I noticed in the front seat, my mom was giggling, you know, to herself in the front seat. And I didn't understand why, you know, what was so funny. Well, she told me on the way home what was so funny. My dad always used those styrofoam beer coolers as the minnow buckets. So it really was a beer cooler, but that's just what my dad had used the beer coolers for, was to hold his minnows in. And so I, and you know, past adult age, used to believe that those coolers, they were not beer coolers. They just said Coors on the outside for who knows reason, what reason. But that they were actually minnow buckets, not beer coolers. So yes, silly stories. And I don't know that I've really even shared that story, that I really believe that they were just minnow buckets. And that is my stories for Jay's dolls. I used to think beer coolers were minnow buckets. I used to think Miracle Grow would make your worms in your worm bed grow super fast, that I was going to put it on my hair. And I used to believe that planting sesame seeds off hamburger buns was going to grow me some yummy hamburgers. It's funny out as kids, you know, I used to think, and I'm still, you guys, I haven't really outgrown that gullible stage. I still want to believe that, you know, what anybody tells me. And I will listen to a story, and sometimes that makes me also susceptible to people who want to con you, such as fake reborn sellers, you know, scammers, I guess is what, you know, because I want to believe the good in everybody, and I want to believe the truth, that everybody's telling me the truth, that they're not lying, because as a person, you know, that's me. I tell you the truth, and I believe that we should all, you know, that's how we should all be. And because I do it, then everybody does it. And that's not always the case. There's always those people out there always trying to make their money and don't really worry about or even concerned about how others are making it in life. But that's a whole other subject. We're not going to go there. So that is the story. That is the tag from Jay's. And also, on Wednesdays, we wear pink. And so I'm going to pause you just for a second. And here we have the drama girls, Happy Willow and Grumpy Gabriella, who is missing her beautiful hair bow, but that's okay. That's okay. Can't always be just perfect. We'll get that hair bow the next time. Aren't they sweet? They look so cute in their little overalls. Okay, everybody, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening to me rattle on and my bunny trails. And I hope everybody is feeling well, doing well. I know we have a couple of Dolly sisters out there who are having surgeries and needing prayers, and so let's just keep each other in thought as we go throughout the evening, the night, the day, and be happy with the way things are in our life, you know. Just be happy even in the bad times. Learn to be happy with the bad times as well as the good times, and learn to be thankful. Not necessarily for the bad things, but thankful that they aren't any worse, because everything can always be worse. Thank you all. Until next time, God bless.